Kokichi Oma, one of the most feared crime bosses, leader of DICE. We were lucky to capture him, and I was the one who got to interrogate him. I've always been trying to see past his lies, but they are all over and so hard to decipher, like a puzzle with no pictures. And when you're building it, you question what the hell it is even supposed to be. I walked down to the interrogation room where they were holding him, the 13th room on the 3rd floor. This room is only used for the most tricky criminals to catch, and Kokichi definitely needed one of the more secure rooms. He has already escaped 4 prisons, and I'm not even sure how he was able to do it every time. But maybe after talking with him, I can get some answers. They chose me to be the one to interrogate him because of the odd connection I have with him. I placed my hand on the doorknob. All I could wonder is why he did the things he did. Does he have someone that he's trying to steal for? How was this group even formed? And why the hell does he always screw with me? Rubbing my forehead where I could feel a small headache starting, I looked into the room, and as most of the other interrogation rooms, he was bound to the chair and he had a bag on his head. This made me assume that they have already beaten the shit out of him. I hate how this is how people think they'll get others to talk.
Who is it?
He said through the bag. I was surprised that he still had a teasing tone to his voice in the condition he was in. It's me, Shuichi Saihara. I'm here to interrogate you. I sighed and took my seat at the table. He was on the other side, just sitting there, barely even moving at all. I pulled the bag off his head to reveal his bruised and bloody face. I wanted to help him patch it up, but that could wait.
You look absolutely dazzling, detective.
He smirked, making me groan. This is gonna be a long night. Quit the games, Kokichi. Why did you do it? Why do you steal all the time? I tried to keep my voice calm, and was able to after asking some of the questions. He still had a mischievous look on his face, while his mouth stayed in his teasing smirk.
Oh, but because I wanted to see you, Mr. Detective.
He smirked again, laughing a bit. His tone was as if he was joking about all of this, and that I should know what he was saying was true. But I'm not going to buy it. Kokichi Oma is the ultimate liar. That can't be true. So why did you steal from those places? Stealing some of the rarest gemstones, to even the most priceless paintings. What are you even doing with them? I was feeling myself getting irritated already. Talking with Kokichi makes me feel so exhausted. Whenever I was chasing him, he would always just tease me, making me think I was close to getting him, just to slip away the last second.
You really want to know, don't you? Well, I guess I'll tell you then.
He paused for a moment, taking in a breath.
These things were stolen from people who were passing them down throughout their families. Heirlooms and relics and shit. But sadly, the people stole them out of the line just to use them for their own personal gain like some assholes. So I took them back, of course.
He turned back to me as his teasing smirk returned. This can't be true, right? I mean, he does only steal from fairly wealthy people, so I guess it could... No, he could be lying.
I see you don't believe me, Mr. Detective.
He sighed and put his head down.
Well then check the files. If you look at them, then you can see if I'm lying or not. Duh!
He was teasing again. I opened his overflowing case file and flipped through the cases. He also got Hyoko to bring him the files of the people he stole from, and surprisingly, all of them had a little darker past than they had first made us believe. I stared at Kokichi with a suspecting glare. Is this a joke?
Well, I would expect my beloved Shumai to know who I am. I'm not all bad, my beloved. Da-doy!
He smiled at me, and I felt a ping of remembrance, but I couldn't decipher what it was from. Does he know me? Did we know each other before? I am pretty well known, so he may just be entertained by me, and that's why he's always screwing with me. No, I can't remember who he is.
Shuichi.
He paused and put his head down. His hair was covering his face, and I could tell he was angry. Even though most of his emotions are a lie, I can just tell that this can't be good. What is he so mad about? Should I remember him? His eyes were cold and lifeless as they stared at me, piercing into my soul, making all this guilt come to my shoulders.
You have no idea who I am, do you?
The question hit me hard, but I couldn't say that I did know him. Sure, we have been chasing after him for a long time, and we have had this weird relationship he created for us. But do we really know each other? No, I can't say that I do. He sighed, and I could see some tears come to his eyes.
This whole time I thought we had something. That's the main reason I kept leaving hints for you to find me, Shuichi.
I felt my eyes widen. He was leaving hints for me? But why?
I guess they were right. There's no way you could remember me.
He smiled again, before laughing his signature laugh.
I guess, Shuichi, you finally caught me. Congratulations, Nishishi.
I could tell he was in pain behind the smile. I wanted to be able to know what he was thinking of, and how he thinks we know each other. The officers came in with handcuffs, as he said one more thing before they escorted him out.
I stole your heart, and now I'm satisfied.